It's been a minute.
All right, we are live.
Let's go.
Hello, and welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 538. I am Jared, the non-combatant, non-believer, and I'm here with Alex of the Noticing Caucus.
People are starting to notice, and it's a growing caucus. So if you're noticing, you feel free to join.
Open invitations. And I'm also here with Kyle, the token minarchist.
Hey everybody, happy to be back on the show tonight.
And we've got a special guest, King Q Mo D, CEO of Let Me Sniff It Incorporated.
Hello, everybody.
What's going on, man?
Man, look at that crown.
Look at
How's
that
life
crown,
on the road,
dude.
man? What's new?
Well, what's new? Let's see here. New job since the last time we saw each other. Actually, this is the second job I done been with, because that first one was full of crap. Just, oh God. But this one, they treated me very, 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 very nice.
Okay.
Don't know if you saw my timeline, but I'm officially back on the market again. It was
I
no
saw
ill
that.
will, just we got different plans for the future, and I'm not getting any damn younger. I turn 50 next year, so I know what I want to do and can come to a compromise. I'm just like, all right, you go east, I go west. There it is.
Okay.
Where are you
Was
coming,
amicable.
Quincy? Where are you coming to us from? It looks like you're in a truck or a train or a.
Yes, I am in my truck. I'm in Colorado right now. Let's say about 30 miles north of Denver. I gotta
Okay.
make a delivery in the morning at Sam's Club, and when I leave here, going down to Golden to pick up some Coors, going to Iowa.
Some Coors Light.
Coors Light.
Okay, well, you really
Make
get
with
to
a beard.
traverse the country there.
Yes. Yeah, man, I've been all over. Man, only place I haven't been to is Alaska and Hawaii.
Wow.
Yeah, hard to
okay.
drive to Hawaii. And
Yeah.
Alaska.
I'm sorry.
I said, yeah, it's hard to drive
Yeah.
to Hawaii.
It was a joke.
Yeah, for real. For real. I mean, technically speaking, you can drive to Alaska, but Hawaii, yeah. In March I hit 10 years of driving. That was pretty damn cool.
Nice.
Man. Yeah, dude, we
You know?
played your appearance on Fox Business. That was
That was wild.
yeah. Jared got a kick out of it that they actually posted your handle up on Fox Business. Your Twitter handle.
I didn't know they was gonna do all that.
Yeah,
I
they
did not know they was gonna do all that.
Is it Let Me Sniff
I'm
It?
like, oh
No.
No, it was like not a BBW lover.
no.
Yeah, they had it up on Fox
Yeah.
Business,
They
man.
had it up there.
I'm like, oh my God, like, okay, whatever, fam, whatever. Yeah,
That's so funny. Oh,
Yeah.
it
man.
was wild. I mean, but like you said, good dude, and I meant everything I said. Like, I owe that dude my life, because I don't know where the fuck I'd be at if I was listening to his show at that time with them talking about being a damn truck driver. For real, who knows where I'd be at right now? For real.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be in a good place, because I wasn't in a good place when I was watching that damn show. I was, boy, ooh. Anyway, yeah.
That's good, man.
Man,
Yeah, so-
Fox Business
Yeah.
used to have Stossel used to be on there, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might still be on there.
I don't think so. I don't
No,
know what
his
he's.
show's not on the air.
The show's been off for a long time. But it was. I used to record it, and then Judge Knapp had Freedom Watch, I think it was
Oh
called.
yeah, they had to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Love me some Judge
After the
Knapp.
shoveling
Good dude,
incident.
Good dude.
Yeah.
What was it, Jared? The what incident?
The
Shoveling?
shoveling incident?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't think that he was let go well before that was coming out, but I think they just he just
What do
was,
you do? Fucking bury a dead body or something? Like, the fuck was he shoveling?
It was something with a snow shovel,
No,
wasn't it?
No.
no, it was. They were accusing him of like impropriety with like a young boy that he had like shovel his driveway or something like that.
Oh no.
But
Get the fuck out of here. Seriously?
no- yeah,
nothing
but
came out of it. They
Nothing
said it
came
was
out of
hush
it.
money.
Like he never, got legally in trouble or.
I mean, how
So, who
young of
knows
a
what
boy are we
happened.
talking?
I'd have to go back. I don't think it was like. I don't know. I don't remember the whole thing. I think it was bribery. I think it was like
I'm gonna be
someone.
honest with you.
I don't think it was like
Be
a
honest with
minor.
you,
I think
if
it
the
was
boy's
like
18, who cares? Okay.
yeah, but it was like something. I think it was sort of like a bribe having to do with like a case that he was presiding over, and he's a judge. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look up the shit, but we don't have to like.
And it was
rehash
all
that.
allegedly. Who knows? We don't have to rehash that.
Allegedly.
Wow.
But yeah, he's a good dude.
Hey,
From Europe, I guess.
speaking of John Stossel, have y'all seen that old video from back in the 80s when that wrestler slapped the dog shit out of him for saying wrestling was fake? Have y'all seen that one?
Oh,
Yeah,
we
he
might have
sued
to-
that guy. He caused permanent hearing loss because the guy like had his hand cupped and it ruptured his eardrum.
Stossel was definitely being an asshole, though.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying he
listen.
deserved to get slapped in the face, but like he was definitely being an asshole.
Listen. Well, also you gotta think about it. In that time, people really thought the shit was real. So if you're gonna say something like that, and particularly to a fucking wrestler, the fuck you think gonna happen there, host? Like, damn.
Well, not that.
Clearly,
Yeah.
he didn't expect it.
Yeah.
I've seen worse shit happen to people saying wrestling was fake. Like, yeah, you don't do shit like that, man. They back then, because one of my buddies' uncle was a wrestler back then. They took that shit seriously, bro. Like, I've seen his uncle just beat the shit out of somebody
I found the
fucking
clip.
Burger King for saying that it was fake and whatnot. His uncle
It's still
like,
real
it's
to
fake,
me,
man.
damn it.
No, man.
Yeah,
you
it
put
is
him in a
weird how
fucking
like there
sleeper
was.
hole.
Yeah, there was like a whole pretense back then that like it was real.
Yeah.
And then eventually they just kind of dropped that, and it's just like everyone's playing along. Like everyone knows this isn't real.
I'm gonna put it like
But-
this here. Is it scripted? Yes. The injuries are real.
Oh
You
yeah, I
can't
mean,
fake the injury, dog. You know, what I'm
no,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
the injuries are real. I
yeah.
mean, the acrobatics are real. The
Yes,
moves are
yes.
largely real, aside from like the
I
really dangerous
love
shit.
it. I just watched the pay-per-view over the weekend. I'm just like, man, this shit. Anybody want to talk shit about it, get your ass in the ring and try that shit.
Yeah.
You try jumping off the goddamn top rope through a fucking table with a grown man landing on top of you. All right? Like, get out of here, man. Anyway.
That's like
Alex,
a
you wanna
Buffalo
play that?
Bills. That's like a tailgate at the Buffalo Bills game.
Them motherfuckers, shout out to them. I'm actually an honorary member of Bill's Mafia. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I got a homie up in Utica, New York and everything. He put me onto them peoples. Yeah, man. Bill's Mafia, boy. Them motherfuckers out there are wilding.
Yeah,
Wilding.
I think we got the Stossel clip here. Should we
You want to
revisit
watch
this?
that?
Yeah, pull it up. It's
Oh, why
19
the hell
seconds,
not?
20 seconds.
It's pretty small, yeah, or pretty short.
Let's see. Because I don't think I've ever saw this. I think we talked about it a while
Oh,
ago.
dude,
But
you're in for a treat.
I
Yeah.
think we talked about it, but
yeah, I don't know if I ever saw it. But let's see here.
Dial it back.
And fake violence in the wrestling ring led to this real-life brutality.
I think this is fake.
You think it's fake? What's that? Is that fake? Huh? What the hell's wrong with you? That's open hand slap, huh? You think it's fake? You come. Oh. Huh? What do you mean? Fake.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Don't stop this. Get out of his
I mean,
ass.
dude,
I mean, that's
Can't just
kind of
be-
uncalled for. I mean, dude was probably coked out of his mind, roid raging. That's uncalled for.
well, I was watching the Vince McMahon documentary that they have on Netflix. I know I haven't finished it yet, but it's really good. I've seen like the first like episode. It's like 10 episodes or something, but anyways, they were talking about that clip and like what happened there, and he was basically like every member of this organization needs to defend the organization like with their life, right? So like John Stossel comes rolling up there like being a fucking journalists and shit, and they're like, all right, this dude's like, all right, I gotta like stand up for this company because this is our fucking lifeblood.
Yeah.
And he just fucking slaps the shit out of him. So kind of, I'm not saying it's justified. It's definitely a NAP violation, but
That's a NAP violation.
but
I mean, again, I'm not condoning it. I'm saying that I get it. Because up until 2000, I was that fan that believed it was real. I've been in actual fist fights from people telling me that it wasn't real, and I'd immediately slap them in the mouth or like try to get them on a wrestling hole. Like, yeah, bitch, this is the wrist lock. Does that feel fake? Because I hear shit snapping. Like, was this fake? You know, like one dude I fucking body slammed him on the pool table. I'm like, was that fake? Was that fake?
Jesus.
Like, so I was a wild boy back then, man. Forgive me. I'm not that same dude. I swear I'm not.
Before you found your calling as a truck driver, those were the dark days.
before you became CEO of Let Me Sniff It, Inc.
Hey man, listen, bro. You have no idea. One of these days, man, set aside an hour. I can tell you all about that shit, man. Goddamn fighting cops in a dark alley and shit. Just head up.
Sounds like some after-hour fodder.
Yeah, let's save it for the after hours.
It really
This might
was,
be
man.
Yeah, save it
It
for
really
the feds
was,
at it.
man.
Speaking
for
of
the
after
Fed level.
hours, let me quickly plug our Patreon. So yeah, if you like the show, you like what you're hearing, you want to hear more, check us out on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com, Punk Rock Libertarians. Sign up for as little as $3 a month. Just $3, man. Just $3. And you can get access to all of our after hour shit. You can, see more of Quincy on there. Hopefully he's going to stick around. You'll see Kyle on there. You'll see everybody on there. It's going to be a good time.
Hey, if you pay $10, we'll throw in some feet pics.
You heard it here first.
Feet pics. Hey, I guess real quick, Quincy, before we get into the docs, how are things out there in the trucking industry? Like with all the tariffs, any effects you're seeing, and like any disruptions? Is it affecting your industry at all?
Not one goddamn bit. I've been saying this shit since day one. Trucking is a recession-proof industry. We ain't giving a fuck about tariffs, strikes, driver shortages. Freight is going to move always. Somebody gonna have some shit to move from point A to point B, and the best way to do that shit is in the back of a goddamn truck. Like, remember earlier this year they talking about, oh, the freaking Port of Long Beach is shut down and the Port of Philly is shut down. It's going to be empty shelves. Bitch, please. Like, literally, I was at the Port of Philadelphia and they were talking about all that shit. Shit looked busy to me because it took me about 4 hours to get, you know what I'm saying, loaded up because they was that goddamn busy. So, nah, I haven't felt any significant uptick or downswing behind that shit, man. It's just steady, man. Like, honestly, trucking like the dope game. The dope gonna be here. The dope fiend's gonna be here. The fucking money's gonna be here. That's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how
the
it
10
moves.
trucking commandments.
I wonder how the dope. I wonder how the dope really
The
moves.
10 trucking
throughout the country.
commandments.
I mean, trucking commandment number one: don't move no goddamn dope because you're fucked. That's the first thing. Jesus, dude,
Should we drop a beat?
Been
Should we drop a beat behind this?
Wait, hold on, Quincy. So I was about to ask, have you ever been approached to like move shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, because I don't care how much money you was offering. They was offering a decent amount of fucking money, man. They was offering goddamn 10K to drive like 700 miles. And just like, gentlemen, all due respect, I gotta say no, because you can't guarantee me that I won't be the fucking decoy that gets caught so that the bigger load could come through. I'm in my 40s. I'm too goddamn old to be going to prison. And I know if I go to prison, you motherfuckers ain't gonna take care of me. Nah, can't do it, man. Find somebody else, fam.
Yeah, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth
Especially
it.
not for 10K.
Not at my age. Listen,
No, dude.
20,
If it was like
25
$1
years
million,
ago, 25 years ago, and if I was driving a truck then, yeah, I'd have jumped at it. I was on some outlaw shit. I'm old and shit hurts in my body now. No, thank you.
They call that risk
Smart
averse.
Right.
Facts.
Long time horizon.
Just saying, man. Usually the first words out my mouth are cuss words when I wake up in the morning.
How are the gas prices looking out there, man? Like, are you seeing this $2.99? Are you seeing
Here's the thing.
anything?
Not to be an anal asshole, but we don't use gas. We use fuel. And
diesel.
Our fuel prices, yes, they are dropping. Because I remember 3-4 years ago, shit was motherfucking expensive, man. Like I remember 3 years ago, I actually topped $1,000 in fuel for the first time. Just like, thank God I'm a company driver. Shit.
Yeah, I think
$1,000 for what tank?
$1,000 to fill up both of my tanks. $1,000. It was in Ohio. Now today, like literally this morning, I was in Amarillo, Texas, and I think it was like just under half of that to fill up my tanks. And I've got 2 75-gallon tanks on each side, so 150 gallons, like around 430, 440 or something like that.
So you're saying you paid like over $9 in Ohio a while back?
What it was, that $1,000 got me 152 gallons. You know what I mean? So it's up there, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Like it's like I was feeling bad for the owner operators. They got to pay that shit out of their own damn pocket, because goddamn.
I'm surprised it wasn't in California, because I've heard that they have like much higher gas taxes than most other states.
Oh yeah. Well, and like Hawaii.
What it was, I remember it was, goddamn it, it was like 480 or something like that. In California, I've never seen diesel under $5 a gallon. Matter of fact, anytime I do go to California, my company, every company I work for, has always said, don't fucking get fuel in California. Stop your ass in Nevada. Top that shit off and pray to God you got enough to make it the fuck back out of there. Or if you're coming from up north, stop your ass in Oregon and get you some damn fuel. Or say Arizona, don't get no goddamn fuel in California unless it's absolutely necessary. And even then, get the bare minimum to get your ass across the border.
That's funny. I mean, that kind of stuff happens. And it is one of the topics I put on for the show was to talk about California. They had a plan to ban gas-powered cars, or the sale of gas-powered vehicles, by 2035. And I had just saw an article that was, overruled by the federal government, that they've blocked California from taking action on that. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
They actually had a rule. Well, it got shut down because too much backlash, even for California. They was going to tax truck drivers like some insane amount to even drive in their state. And it was the first time I've ever seen mega carriers link up like Voltron. They fucking told Gavin Newsom, like, yo, if you put this fucking bill on the books, we'll just drop your shit off in Nevada and tell you to come fucking get your shit right at the border. We will no longer set foot in your goddamn state. And they meant that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know it was Swift who did it. Snyder did it.
Those are the big boys. Those are the
yeah. Like them two alone is like 6,000-7,000 trucks. You know what I mean? And they don't just do dry van either. They do reefer trucks, which is like
they do the intermodal.
Yeah, intermodal, refrigerated, flatbed. So they were just like, swear to God, we'll drop this shit off in Nevada or Arizona,
in the middle of the desert,
or Oregon, and you must. No, here's the thing: if you're in Nevada, there's actually a town right there on the border, Prim, Nevada. I mean, literally right there on the border. There is a truck stop right there. Actually, a few of them. It's like, we will drop your shit up at the Flying J and Prem, Nevada. You can go get your shit there. Or
You can pick it up in your Prius.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're coming from
And your
if you're coming from
Cybertruck.
Arizona, there's a Flying J at exit 4. We'll drop your shit off there. Oregon, we don't fucking know, but we'll fucking find a place. We will no longer come to your goddamn state. And the governor's just like, all right, man, all right. But yeah, he was really gonna tax. I think it's gonna be like, oh no, an extra $1,000 a truck to come in, you know?
Wow. Yeah, that's insane. But to that bill, because Maryland basically enacted the same bill, the California law, and the fact that the feds are shutting that down, that's going to affect Maryland. 2035, our goofy governor who has aspirations of becoming the next dollar store Obama presidential candidate, he basically, Maryland is basically, because the goofy Democrats in the state are basically following the California blueprint. So, and banning gas powered vehicles by 2035 or 50% of all vehicles in Maryland, I think was that it, Kyle? That something like that, where it had to be like at least 50% of vehicles had to be EV. Or
I thought it was a full ban for California, but I only caught a headline. You know what I mean? So, and maybe I read the first paragraph of the article. So,
but these are also like, is this even a law?
I guess they're mandates on
like, how do you even, like, is it each year you have to decrease the production by X amount, or
I thought it was they couldn't sell new gas powered vehicles.
Exactly, that's what it is. So,
okay.
But who could afford? That's the thing, man. Who can afford these EVs? These electric vehicles are so damn expensive, and then not only that, it's so impractical.
So right, and then so what? You blow up the used car market, and now like
that
cars,
too.
Now the cars are more expensive than new cars.
Oh, exactly.
That's stupid.
Jared, what is the governor or like the mayor of the governor of Maryland's name who's trying to put that law in there?
Governor Westmore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Governor Westmore. Hey, hello, King QMOD over here. If you put this goddamn law in action and you prevent me from getting some goddamn chaps pit beef and some goddamn scrapple, it's gonna be a problem, man. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself, homeboy. All right, telling you right now, that is not a threat. It's an announcement. It's a problem for you. Okay.
I'm certain he's listening to this show.
Yes, he's
he's an avid
He will
listener.
after I tag his bitch ass in it. He will then.
We will clip this and I will send it to him.
Yeah,
so funny.
I dare you. I double dog dare you.
Oh, I'll do it.
Yeah, well, I'll clip it and put it on the Twitter and tag us in.
Funny to me to think of Westmore listening to the show and like the after hours too. He's like, I don't know. Obviously,
sitting there with a Moscato, probably getting a sona's clip, smoking a blunt, listening to y'all show. That would be amazing.
Well, speaking of Westmore, he vetoed the reparations bill.
Oh yeah, that's a good topic.
So there was a reparations bill that made it through, the Maryland Senate legislature, and it got to his desk and he vetoed it.
Yeah,
couldn't believe that.
What? Can I say something controversial, man? Can I?
You can, man. If you're on PRL, you can say whatever you want, man.
Hey, man, listen, dog. Reparations sounds good, but let's be honest here, black folk. Y'all know that shit ain't gonna fucking happen. I mean, if we didn't get reparations under a black president, the fuck make you think the white man gonna do it? Let's just be honest about that. They've been talking about reparations since the mid-goddamn 90s. It's never going to happen. It's talking points to get votes and donations.
Oh, totally.
Well, to be fair, though, Westmore is black.
So what?
I'm just saying, even a black man vetoed it.
Yeah, I was shocked by that.
I'm not shocked. It's just
I'm not. You know why? Because that black man probably has white handlers who say, "Look here, darky, if you goddamn put this bill in goddamn place, you're done for."
No,
okay. But also, it's just Maryland is already running like a severe deficit to begin with. So where the fuck is this money even going to come from?
Your pockets.
It's definitely not coming from the federal government.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so he
listen,
can't, he knows it's not tenable to keep raising taxes, and so he had to veto it. Like, it was going to happen. I'm not surprised at all.
And it's
but
like, it was.
I'm surprised the legislature was retarded enough to let this thing through.
There's the
but
details of the bill, Jerry, if you want to pull it up while we continue discussing.
Actually, I would like to see
my
that.
main,
So it was
My main
basically
argument-
what it
I'm
would
sorry.
do. It wasn't, so we could get into the deets of it, but what it was.
Where is the? Oh, it's in. Okay,
It's
sorry.
in the chat there. It's to set up a commission to, and it was obviously sponsored by the Legislative Black Caucus in Maryland. Democrats run this state. It passed unanimously, both houses. It went to the governor's desk. He vetoed it. So you see, it went all the way up to the governor. He was like, you shall not pass. But what it did was,
Let's read this out loud here.
Yeah, go ahead there.
So the synopsis is establishing the Maryland Reparations Commission to study and make recommendations relating to appropriate benefits to be made to individuals whose ancestors were enslaved in the state or were impacted by certain inequitable government policies, and requiring the commission to submit a preliminary report by blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah.
A final report by 2027. I thought, I was curious how they figure out, exactly who gets what and how much they get. Because you could be a
Yeah,
black
like
person.
Ancestry.com.
You could be a black person who immigrated here in, 1998. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well,
thank you.
I mean,
And
yeah, you would have to
Wait,
require
sorry,
people
man,
to
I
prove
cut you off.
themselves, right? Go ahead, King. Go ahead, Mo.
Their main argument would be like, listen, the state never owned slaves. Sure, we rented some back in the day to build the army forts and whatnot during the Revolutionary War, but the state themselves never owned them. So why should the government have to pay for it? And secondly, it would be
Well, also, I never
logistical
owned any
nightmare.
slaves either. I never
Exactly.
enslaved either, so why should I have to pay for it?
150 years, nobody in the past 150 years in America owned slaves. Secondly, it would be a logistical nightmare because how are we doing this? Like, what's
Right.
the cutoff point? Are we going
Right.
by the one drop rule? Because if we are, I guarantee you it's going to be some white folk, about 3 or 4% black up in them. Hey, I want some money too, So how we
what's my
doing this?
percentage? Or
Exactly.
in my family, my brother-in-law is from Toga, Africa. Obviously, I'm white, so it's like, how's that going to work? They both live in Maryland. How's they're married, and their kids, how's that going to work? How is this feasibly fucking possible? And these goofies,
It's not.
for example, Quincy, and I watched it, and this was crazy because one of these goofballs, right? One of these goofballs, she's a delegate, and she was on the floor, sponsoring this bill and getting behind it and getting all emotional because it's all fucking emotional, and getting on the House floor. And she's like, I am the 5th generation and blah, blah, blah. It's like, man, you are one of, Kyle, you would know, how many people are in the House of Delegates in the state of Maryland?
I actually don't know.
I want to say it's probably about 100 some. So it's like, man, I want to say 140. So out of Maryland population, about 8-9 million people, you are 142, and you represent. It's like, man, you made it, and you're out here you're out here bitching about oh, I need this, that, whatever. It's like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Dude, hey, you know what? I'm going to put it where the goats can get it. Okay? Congress, neither Congress nor the president is ever going to allocate a bunch of money on the black people. It's just not going to happen. Yes, they paid the Native Americans. Yes, they paid the Japanese for internments. Yes, they paid the Chinese who built the railroads. They ain't paying us. If they were, they would have paid us a hell of a lot sooner before now. It's just a talking point to sow division, to get votes and donations. Again, we had 8 years of Obama, and I remember a motherfucker saying, well, he didn't have the votes. He didn't need the votes, because I clearly remember that motherfucker saying, I've got a pen, and I've got a phone, and if Congress won't act, I will through executive order. He could have easily made an executive order. Listen, our fucking defense budget is what, $800 billion fucking dollars? We're gonna take
trillion now.
20% of that, and the entire foreign aid budget, which is $39 billion, and cut y'all
Right.
a check for like, $17.76. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't do that. They didn't do
Right.
that. You know,
Right.
what the fuck, man?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like it's so unattainable. It is just ridiculous. They will talk about these quote inequities and like all this.
But I mean, how much of that has already been addressed by government money, anyways? Like, how much government money is going towards supposed like equity and affirmative action and stuff like that?
all
That
these
is
goofy programs.
that
just
is supposed to be like, okay, yeah, it's not a direct check to your pocket, so you can
Yeah, I
the
mean,
Chappelle
how
show
much money you
skit.
think he's gonna
I'm
get?
rich, bitch.
I mean, boy, listen, hey man, I think that was the most accurate representation. If that shit ever did go down, I dead ass. And I know the brothers gonna see this and call me a coon. I don't give a fuck, but that shit would be. It would be at least 47% true. Motherfuckers will be out here starting record labels, and hopefully weed dispensaries and real estate agencies, but most of it will get pissed off. But think of it this way: even if the shit did go through, how much money you really think you're gonna fucking get, dog? At
Right.
best, you might get 3,700. At best,
I mean, right now there's
3,700. I
there's
don't know,
41
man.
million. There's 41 million black people in the U.S. I don't know what percentages people are descended
has a
from
good point
slaves,
here.
but
Yeah.
legal immigrants have gotten far more money in 3 years than the entire black population will ever see. in
Boy, that's the
reparations.
truth. Boy, that's the truth.
Maybe.
Shit.
But yeah, I
Everybody
mean, okay,
getting a
let's
check balance,
say
but
like
that's all right, though.
let's say it's just like a quarter of these are actually descendant from slaves, right? Which is, I feel like, generous. So that's like 10 million people. How much, like, if you gave everybody $1,000, that's like what, 1.1 billion or 10 billion? Am I doing my math right there?
Close enough. I mean, shit, good enough.
Yeah.
Good enough for government work, I guess. Shit, I don't know. But damn,
They could do
$1,000.
that. They could
I
do
mean,
that. That's not.
$1,000 can be gone in like
I mean, they could do that.
an hour.
No.
You know,
But then it's like $1,000. What are you doing with
like,
$1,000? Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you doing with $1,000?
That's like what, a card note,
How much
cell
Fent
phone
can you
bill?
buy?
Right.
Boy,
Well, remember, we got those cards. Remember the
It's just-
stimulus cards? that we
Yeah,
got?
it's just
The
like
debit
COVID.
cards?
It's like COVID bucks.
Right. Yeah.
More
the
or
What was
less.
that?
That was reparations.
No. What
here's
was
another
that called?
thing. Here's another thing about the reparations. Are you going to pay the black people in prison that may happen to be descendants of slaves? Are you going to cut them a check as well? Huh?
Yeah. What if you're a felon?
Like-
yeah.
What if they've moved
I
out
am
of
a
the country? What
felon.
if they're living in England now,
Yeah.
or they went back to
Then
Africa?
get yourself a can of spotted dick and shut the fuck up if you're back in England. Do that. Fuck
Yeah,
out of
no.
here.
It's like it's just impossible to like. It's just insane, and like you said, Quincy, it's just another divisive tactic by these goofy politicians that won't get to the root cause of the quote unquote the inequality that they talk about. It's like, how about your fucking schools suck in Baltimore City? How about the fuck you're paying like CEOs? Your city's run by like Maryland politicians. The vast majority are black. The city run by black politicians. Your CEO of the schools, black politician, making $500,000 overseeing as an overseer of schools that they can't read, write, or do
This
math.
motherfucker
So
said
how is this
overseer.
like? How is that
Sorry.
setting them up for success? You know, so it's like they'll never
Hey,
address
man.
that. But let's scapegoat like half the population of Maryland because of all their struggles, and let's create all this divide for no fucking reason. Like to the point where it's like, let's get to the root cause of all these problems. Enough already.
If
I'm
you want
tired.
to talk about inequalities, let's start off with all the Maryland politicians who have gotten rich while in office.
Yeah.
Let's start there. You want to talk about
Yeah.
inequality? Let's start there. You know?
Yep.
The fuck? Like, get out of here, man.
Bunch of goofies.
Anywho.
Yeah, but yeah, it's ridiculous. And you know what was funny? So this Friday, my fiance just graduated from law school, and so they had an award ceremony.
Hey,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah, she's down there studying for the bar down in the kitchen. But
You outkicked your coverage, you ugly bastard.
I know I outkicked my coverage. My punt team is But long story short, we were at this award ceremony. for her school. So, you know, a lot of her fellow classmates are getting awards. And one of the individuals, literally, I shit you not, was the individual that basically wrote this bill to set up this commission for reparations. And he was in this graduating class, and I'm just like, wow. I'm sitting there, and I look at Tierra's mom, and I'm just like, kind of like trying to hold, like, dude, there was moments where I'm just like, oh, I gotta hold my. But we could talk more in the after hours. But it was just like, man, this. Like, don't you know you're being used as a political tool? Like, do you not realize this is just ridiculous? You know, I digress.
I often hold my tongue around people, you know, because I don't want to start an argument or start a fight.
Yeah.
In fact, I just had so like some of my family is pretty far left, and we were talking about, because I have 2 young children. We were talking about the song, "The Wheels on the Bus." You guys know that song, "The Wheels on the Bus."
Oh, that's a banger, dude.
Yeah.
Banger.
So there's a line that goes, "The babies on the bus go wah wah wah," and then it goes, "The mommies on the bus go shush shush shush." And he was like, "Oh, I don't like how that promotes a gender stereotype of the mommy being the one doing the shushing." And I was like,
Oh my God.
why would you even think about that? I was so
said this?
confused. Just a family member he thought that the song was sexist because it said the mommies on the bus go shush shush shush. And in my head I was like, who cares? Like, that's how the song goes. It's
You know
fine.
why?
Right.
You know,
They're
but
looking for a way to be offended because they got nothing going on in their life. So they feel like, you know, it comes up as a savior complex. You know what I'm saying? All due respect, I don't see that in a lot of liberal white people. They feel like it's their duty to save us poor black people because we either A, can't get it on our own, or B, they feel sorry about some shit that happened way before any of us was born. I'm just like, thanks for thinking I'm a dumbass that I can't get it on my own. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
If I want your help, I'll ask for it, but don't just assume that I need your goddamn help. You fucker.
yeah, I mean, that certainly is a phenomenon, that white savior complex. This is more, I really don't know where it comes from. It's like a programming that they all think the same way, or they all kind of have the same agenda. And it never even occurred to me that there was anything wrong with that line in the song. And I was surprised that he would think that there was something wrong with it. So, but I didn't pick a fight about it. I just took it in, and then I thought about it for 2 days. I was like, why the hell would he
For
think
2
that?
days?
Wow.
Dude, I was like,
You're just dude, but that's the thing. When you meet these individuals in the wild and they say some shit, it's just like you go through, I wouldn't say you just really like, yeah, it takes some time to really think like, wait, you think that? Like,
this is a busy guy. He's a business owner. He's got a lot going on in his
and
life. He
what you're
doesn't have time to care about the Wheels on the Bus lyrics. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be kidding me. But like,
And I mean, explain to me how that would even be like
Right.
the mommies do say shush, right?
I know. It's realistic.
Like what should it have been? Daddies?
I heard
Daddies on
that.
the
Yeah,
bus?
listen. I heard they did change
so
the
they
lyrics.
them say.
That it used to go, the daddies on the bus read the paper or something like that. Like, they just ignore the whole situation and they change it to the daddy says, "I love you." So it may have already been modified.
If it was the dad, it'd been shut the hell up, you know, some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, look, you know,
Slap
I'm
you
only gonna
upside
say
the head.
once, maybe twice. If it gets to me, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. No, I'm really
that's the problem.
fascinated.
Leftists cannot stand gender roles. And let's be honest, there needs to be gender roles in society. There needs to be some sort of hierarchy. There needs to be some sort of like, but they don't understand that. And leftists are just, they want to destroy everything that has been natural, everything that has worked for centuries, for you know, and that's the crisis we're in. And before we went live, it's like, man, like so much that you see out there. It's like we're in crisis on so many levels of things. And that and for, yeah, like you said, Kyle, for someone to be that upset over an innocent song, a kid's song.
Was he upset, or was he just like that? He just
found-
offhandedly.
He just found it offensive. I don't know. I was like,
Wow.
Okay. But it did make a post about it. I was
Is
like,
his wife
me?
kind of a bitch?
No, I mean, I'm not. I don't want to get into all the family dynamics, but like the thing of it is, I did make a post, and I was like, are they driving toward androgyny, or there's like
They are.
no difference between men and women, where everyone's
Is that where
sort
the
of
bus is
same?
going?
Yeah, I think so.
The
Is
Lord
that-
and
The
Yeah.
bus is
Savior-
going to the commune.
Yes.
Is that the
No,
agenda?
there's no
Nah,
genders
man,
or
just-
hierarchies.
Yeah. So the other thing I
It's
wanted to say
androgynous.
was,
The Lord and Savior is Marilyn Manson.
like they don't like J.K. Rowling, right? Because she's like anti-trans, even
She's
though
a TERF.
she's a TERF, right? So she's a feminist and a leftist, but she's in the outs or out of the circle of trust because she's anti-trans, and that's not acceptable. So it's like, it's weird. They give her like the Voldemort treatment. Like they won't even say her name. They're like,
Wow.
that woman who wrote Harry Potter, who we don't talk about anymore. And you're
But
like,
they'll still like read all her shit and like buy all of her shit and go to Disney World
they
to
like-
like
yeah.
ride all her rides and shit.
they like Harry Potter, but like, yeah, she's definitely on the outs. And
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm like, well, maybe the agenda is we want to promote androgyny, and transgenderism is sort of like we want
To
to
destroy the family.
we
That's
want to
what they
support
want.
these guys who are giving up their masculinity. So we want to promote that. I don't know, man. It's literally it's a weird cultural thing that we're going through.
It's I don't know, man. Like we're about
Wow.
2 more days, and it's the month, the rainbow month, and dude, my tolerance for rainbow month, like every year,
Alex, we've talked about how you've gotten more and more conservative as you've gotten older. I don't ever remember you being, this kind of like sensitive or triggered by the progressive agenda.
Well, I guess, man, and it's like we're kind of talking off air, man. It's like I'm seeing the effects of these kids as an instructor, and I'm about to get married, and I hope to have kids, and you're a father of 2 young kids, and Jared's married, and as we get older, it's like, what kind of world do we want to potentially raise children in, and like what kind of world, and you see the effects of this. I mean, I'll save a lot of this for the after hours, but it really, as an instructor teaching welding, it's like, man, these guys are not they're not men. Like they don't even need a school to learn a trade. They need a school to learn how to be just like men and to like just live life and to like do the right thing. Like you see what the public schools and the indoctrination camps and the programming has done to people, and it's just like, damn, it's like there needs to be.
Send them my way.
Like-
I'm freaking learn them right.
Well, I mean,
Well,
that's
they just
the
need
thing.
dads.
They do.
They need
That's the thing. They
dads.
need strong male role models. And to Kyle's point, where all right, for a man to be upset about the wheels on the bus because the mommies tell the kid to shush, and you're offended. What the fuck kind of man are you? Like that. That is just. And then you wonder why we're in this like condition right now, where men are just like. Like I was telling Jared before we went on live, and I was like, man, like these young men are like, oh, I just want to play video games, and I really don't care. And it's like, dude, 20 years ago, I was just like, hey, I'm trying to like Q was saying, like I'm trying to learn this trade. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to like progress in life. I see steps, like, all right, like learn this trade, get a job, be responsible.
Is that what you're seeing? Are you saying that they're kind of wimpy, or are you saying that they're apathetic and sort
apathetic,
of like,
the apathy,
no interest, no drive,
yeah, the
and
stunted,
more sort of just want to play video games? And
yeah,
do
no
nothing?
heart, just checked out. Maybe
Hmm.
COVID played a lot into that. There's been a
Could
lot
be
of
COVID.
factors.
Could be like social media.
Yeah.
That's
But
not
I
effeminate. They're not effeminate. They're
well, here's
not-
the other.
Well,
here's
but
the
that's
other
not. But like,
go ahead,
not
Jared.
being a man isn't necessarily being effeminate, right?
Mhm.
I mean, there's just certain things about like taking personal responsibility. Like women do that too, right? But like being a man is also about that, taking charge of your life, like
Mhm.
it's trying to achieve something. You don't have to be like the best at whatever in the world, but like just having some motivation to
Yes.
kind of rise into manhood.
Correct.
But
And
Listen, I had to talk to you. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Jeff. My bad, B. My bad.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
I had to talk to a young gentleman. I mean, he's not as young as your students, but he was like, early 20s. I'm just like, dude, snap the fuck out of it, man.
Well,
Nobody's
that's my
gonna do it
students.
for
They're
you.
post high
And
school. They're post high school. Yeah, but
okay, I'm like, nobody's gonna do it for you, and nobody's gonna save you. You have to put the work in your goddamn self. Okay, you got to, because you don't want to end up like me at 39 years old, and all you got to show for it is a goddamn toothbrush, clothes on your back, and a bag of weed. Like, you need to have some type of plan in place. You know what I'm saying? So you're not just like, where the fuck did shit go? And that's some real shit. I woke up and like, Lily, I had a fucking toothbrush, clothes on my back, and a fucking bag of weed. I'm just like, there's got to be more to life than this. Like, I haven't slept in a real bed in over 2 years. Like, it's got to be something more than that. So it's just like, I tell him, man, listen, if you don't know what to do with your life, I'm not gonna sit there and try to tell you how to be a truck driver. Truck driving isn't for everybody. I tell I tell these young cats the same thing, man. Write down a list of 10 things you like to fucking do, and then see if you can make money doing that shit. Because in 2025, with very few exceptions, there's no reason why a motherfucker shouldn't be taking care of his business and making money. You got motherfuckers making money from video games and not building them, playing them. Hell,
Yeah.
I know motherfuckers who are getting money from watching video games. Like, don't sit there and tell me you don't know how to make money, especially in this day and age, in the age of technology. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it, man. If nothing else, go start the OnlyFans. Go sell some pics. Do something, but don't just sit around and go, "Woe is me."
Just go sell
And
fat.
say, I don't know how to make no money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad opportunity. I'm just saying, it's mad opportunity to make money here in America. I can't speak for other countries because I'm goddamn American. But here in this country, again, bro, there's really no excuse to not have personal responsibility and get your ass up off your shoulders and go make some money and be productive. Is it going to be easy? Fuck no. No. Nothing on life ever is. Do it anyway. Do it anyway, you know?
Maybe they're coddled. Maybe their parent. Maybe they still live
Nailed
with
it,
their
Kyle.
parents. Maybe
Nailed
they
it,
still
Kyle.
have. They don't need an income because their parents are
Oh, no.
supporting them.
We
Oh,
lost Q.
Quincy. He'll be back.
I thought his internet was.
So maybe they're just a little bit coddled, and that stunted them as far as development. Where they're like, "Oh, why do I need a drive? Because we have internet at home, and all my meals are paid for. So
Yeah.
I don't
There's
really
that
need
too.
this." Some of it comes from necessity, from being like, "Hey, I don't have anything. I need to get something, and so I'm driven because I don't want to live like this." So maybe they're just being supported financially by their parents. I don't really know, Alex. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I mean, it does come down to the parents, and like, I mean, I was lucky enough to be able to like live with my parents when I first graduated from college, but they were also like, all right, you can only live here if you get a job, right? Even though I was going to get like my master's degree so I could start my software engineering career, but in the meantime, I still, they still made me pay rent, so it really comes down to having a good role model or good role models, right? Like both the mom and the dad can model certain things for their kids. And yeah, if you don't have that, like, it's tough, man. And I guess you got to watch like Jordan Peterson videos or some shit. Like have a surrogate dad.
I don't know.
It could lead you astray though.
Well, Jordan Peterson, I don't know about it. But yeah, the other aspect, I mean, just real quick, it's like you think about it, right? When the vast majority of kids are going to the indoctrination camps, who typically are their teachers? Females, right? You look at the divorce rate of this country, right? So who are they raised by? Females. Do they have strong male role models in their life? Probably not. And then they're in these indoctrination camps and they're just being pumped up with this woke, effeminate, just pride bullshit all the time, and then not being taught like actual skills. You look at, I mean, not that I'm apologizing for public schools, they should be abolished, but at least like 20 years ago, there was shop classes, there was home ec, or well, maybe not 20 years ago, 20, 25 years ago. So you would learn other skills. But now it's just like, it is just this, go to college, go to a 4-year school, go into debt. And if you can't, then you're just falling by the wayside. And their trades, there's been a gap. They're trying to push it, but I think it's a little too late. And also the other aspect is they never were learning the fundamental skills. Like, do you have a strong background in like just fundamental math and just common sense and like just hands-on skills? Did you have any individuals showing you those things in life?
You're also never really taught money.
That too.
You know what I mean? Like
literacy, dude.
Like if your parents don't know how to be good with money, like you're not going to learn unless you go out and like read books or, find someone to teach you. But like, you don't learn that in school, right? They don't teach you about like compound interest and like,
well, not even that, just like basic
or like
math.
how to write a check, even though we don't really write checks anymore, but like,
just
just learn how to budget your money.
Yeah.
Start
Budget.
there.
Like
Learn how to budget your money.
don't take a loan out on a BMW that you can't afford, like basic shit that some of us are taught, but like other of us, it's not a universal thing.
Yeah.
No.
Gotta learn the hard way. And I know
when that repo man comes.
have to learn the hard way. Yeah. I'm one of them dudes that had to learn the hard way. I learned, but boy, did I learn the hard way. As did a lot of my friends. It's funny you bring it to BMW. He didn't have a BMW, but he bought a fucking Jaguar. I'm like, nigga, you live at your mama house. What you doing with a Jaguar? Huh?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Like, okay, all right, man, man, I be getting mad bitches. Yeah, you're also, living at your mama house. You got to put your name on the fucking orange juice. So what are we doing here? Like, whatever.
Right.
I'm really fascinated by the Amish. We have like a Dutch market near my house that I go to eat at, and they have like, they have like kids working like behind the register and behind the counter. The kids they look like they're 10 or like they're
they can
so
count money.
young. Oh yeah, they give you change.
Like work ethic.
You get whatever you need. They make literally everything.
Or like
any
Chinese restaurant, dude.
It's not. They're not importing that stuff.
Love the Amish.
They've got farms. They make everything, and like they can build shit. Like they've kind of like isolated themselves from cultural influences like television and video games and stuff. Although I was really sad, I saw one of them on a smartphone. So these are
they got phones,
they're not that hardcore, but I mean,
it depends.
Just that they know how to do everything themselves, and that they teach their kids how to do everything, and it's like you see it like. You see the kid filling the roles of like the old guy. The old guy retires, and then there's like a 19-year-old doing the same thing that old guy was doing, and they just, I don't know, they just pass it on and they keep going. And I feel like if we had a financial crisis or if anything happened, like they would be fine. They'd be like, we're good. This doesn't affect us. Like they're not importing Chinese goods. They don't care. They don't even care about the tariffs. Like they make everything.
Yeah,
Dude, they're not on TikTok.
Yeah,
actually, I think some of them are on TikTok.
Some of them are, but I don't know. They're fascinating people to me, and some things to take away from them.
Yeah,
teaching your kids how to work,
make child labor great again.
That's right.
Hey, listen, I had my first job, quote unquote, at 12, working at a gym, cleaning up the machines and whatnot, and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with it as long as obviously, you're not going to put a 12-year-old in a fucking coal mine or something like that. But, but if they want to, bag up groceries or deliver newspapers.
Yeah, age appropriate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Age appropriate task. Yeah.
Well, we talked about how they don't shovel snow anymore, right? The kids would go around and be like, knock on your door and say, hey, can I shovel snow?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you ever shovel snow. Raise your hand.
Dude, every time. Yeah, every time.
Dude, mad money doing that back in the 80s.
Yeah, have to do my parents' house and then go out in the neighborhood try to make some money. Do my parents for free because it's like, hey, we put a roof over your house.
Yeah,
and then go out there to everybody else and make some money.
Now we're like a bunch of like old guys just talking about how like
Black
these
and
kids
white,
today
Murder.
they have
used to walk
no
uphill
work
both ways
ethic,
to school.
too busy playing
I
Call of
just wish my
Duty.
parents had bought a fucking snowblower.
Yeah.
Like my neighbor had one, and occasionally he'd come over and help out, but like most of the time it was just me and my brother just fucking breaking our backs trying to get this fucking driveway clean.
Dude, but
I mean, I get it. What would you rather do? Sit in the basement, a warm basement, playing Call of Duty, or be out in the snow
builds
shoveling
character.
somebody's driveway? Like, yeah, it's an
Yeah.
easy choice for the kids. They're like,
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be making money. I'm gonna be making
don't
money.
need
They
it.
call me. Well, I'm making
Well, I didn't.
money.
Yeah, I didn't.
Like,
they don't need the money. They're everything's taken care of. They don't even care about
stop
money.
taking care of them.
I got an allowance for that
Shit.
shit. I think I got like $7 or something.
Yeah, I had no concept of an allowance. It was like there's a roof
Yeah,
over your
same.
head.
For real. Hey, Alex, your parents are like my parents. Like allowance,
Yeah.
bitch. I allow you to breathe. I allow you to live in your fucking house. The fuck you mean
We
an
feed you.
allowance?
We
For
drive you
real,
to
like,
school.
seriously.
We
It was
put,
like I allow you to breathe, man. Like, what do you mean an allowance? Get
yeah,
out of here,
allowance.
man.
Shut the fuck up. Empty that dishwasher. Mow that lawn.
I want to say I got like
Listen.
$5 a month or something like that, and I just saved all of it. I just never spent any money on anything. I was always a cheapskate my whole life. I was like,
I would
"Eh."
just save up and buy a video game. Like I'd buy like one video game.
Dude, I was so
Hey, man.
Because like
Dude,
video
I-
games back then were like, you know, $40 or something.
dude,
So
I
I'd
always,
take- yeah, I'd maybe got like $5 a week from like doing chores, and then I'd save up for like 2 months and
There you go.
buy a video game.
dude, I
And I'll
always-
tell you
True
what,
story.
like I really valued individual video games a lot more back then.
yeah.
Nowadays,
Yeah,
I
man.
just buy games and then I don't even fucking play them.
Dude, I was so pissed. Real quick, Quincy. I was so pissed. I was like, I think it was like second grade. It was like first communion. So I had like all this money that like, you know, I don't know, man. I saved up. I was like, hell yeah. My piggy bank was filled. It's like, I don't know, like probably like $60-$70 back then. And I wanted to get the Lego pirate ship. But my dad just raided my piggy bank and put it in my savings account. I'm like, no, saving that for the Lego pirate ship. My dad's like, no, you got to save for a future. I was like, I don't want a future. I wanted that Lego pirate ship. You know. But anyway,
They say Legos, like most Legos are bought by adults now. Like,
I know
more
that's so
Legos,
sad.
you know, yeah.
Dude, that's a thing. Like, there's adults that are like that. I was like, that's the thing, man.
Dude, I kind of want to buy. I mean, it's probably still fun to do though.
It is
Oh,
still
yeah.
fun.
I
Yeah.
kind of want to buy like a really big one with like 10,000 pieces and like
Yeah, more one
The
of those
cars,
model
the
ones.
cars are cool.
Yeah.
But I
you
definitely think it's
or
more
like
acceptable if you have like hey, I'm doing it with my
Millennium
nephew or
Falcon
my
or something.
kid, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Q, real quick.
Well, we
would
also had those like kinetics or whatever that
Oh,
were actually like
Kinects.
motorized,
yeah.
and you could like build little like little robot things.
I need to get
Pretty rad.
those. I'm always
Yeah.
on the hunt for good toys now, like kind of like timeless toys, stuff I could play with my daughters.
Yeah.
You know, because it's a lot of the stuff you buy, and it's like, dude, I can't play with this thing. This thing does nothing.
Cheap stuff from China.
It's
China,
boring.
China.
But like,
How many
anything you
dolls
can
do your
build-
daughters need,
Etch-a-sketch.
Kyle?
Etch-a-sketch.
Etch-a-sketch,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good one. Something, anything
Yeah.
like artsy is good. Anything creative where you use your mind. I love like musical instruments. I bought her a bunch of. She has a guitar and a keyboard. It's like 3 or
Nice.
4 keyboards and drum set and all kinds of stuff. Like little kid drum set, but yeah,
Yeah.
we like instruments.
That's
So
good.
stuff we can play with together. So what is it? Kinects or Kinetics or something? They still make them?
They definitely make something like that. I'm sure. I don't know what they're called anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't have them when I was a kid, so I'm down to try something new. I like buying stuff. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it after the show.
Yeah, it was called Kinects. Looks like they have
Got
one
it.
at Hobby Lobby.
Question from Plant Base here, Quincy. How do you
Okay.
how do you feel being one of the only non-woke wrestling fans in 2025?
Are they woke now?
I fucking love it. Listen, let me talk about this for a minute, man. It's way too much tribalism in the international wrestling community. Like, how about y'all just shut the fuck up and enjoy the shit that you like and stop talking about the shit you don't like? You're choosing to be offended. If you don't like WWE, watch AEW. Don't like AEW, watch WWE. Don't like that one of the motherfuckers, New Japan. Don't like that shit either, there's fucking TNA. If you don't like that one of them shits, there's mad independent promotions that are on either YouTube or you can get it on a fucking app. But to sit here, on Beyonce's Twitter and bitch and moan about a wrestling show you don't fucking like, if you don't sit your bitch ass down, get on YouTube, Google Bruiser Brody versus Abdullah the Butcher or some shit, or Cactus Jack versus Sabu, and shut the hell up. Like, that shit is wild to me.
So wait, is there something specific that happened recently?
Every damn day, just about damn it. Every week that they have a show, AEW, WWE, them two factions will go at each other like the fucking Mean Girls, man. Like,
but how is this? This is woke over woke shit.
Woke shit is like motherfuckers who will say WWE is racist, even though they've got like multiple black champions, or they'll say like it was an incident last night where this male wrestler spit at this female wrestler, and they're saying because he's black and he's white, or he must be a Klan member. I'm just like, you obviously did not grow up watching wrestling in the 80s like I did. Because we said,
remember like the Iron Sheik or like, like all these like racist caricatures that were out there.
Women wrestlers was getting stripped down to their bra and panties in the 80s and whatnot.
Matches. You know what I'm saying? Attitude era in like the 90s.
Yeah. Which looking back, I'm just like, wow, y'all got away with that shit. But
they used to do all sorts of like lewd shit.
We could probably make a whole show about wrestling.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
we could just have that in the after hours.
I'm like, stop being woke. Just watch the shit. If you don't like it, watch something else, bro. It's really that goddamn simple. Like, get your woke bullshit out of wrestling. I watch wrestling so I don't have to hear about the woke bullshit. And I just shut up and enjoy wrestling, man. Yeah, shut up and enjoy wrestling.
I liked it better before. I feel like it used to be so campy. Like the characters were just like, I don't know, Jake the Snake, and he had a snake, and it was like, I don't know. It just
Brutus the Barber, Beefcake.
The 80s
was like after the Attitude Era was kind of when, in my opinion, it went downhill. You kind of lost a lot of that excitement.
They were simple characters,
which was like Stone Cold and The Rock, like in their heyday.
What happened was,
Undertaker.
For me personally, it was about a good 17 years I didn't watch wrestling because like Vince brought up all the competition. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, God damn it. But about 6 years ago, this new company, AEW, came in, and a friend of mine wouldn't shut up about it. So I actually watched it. I'm like, oh, this is not too bad. And the shit in Japan, I started watching that because one of their wrestlers tweeted at me because I said his match wasn't all that good. And I had a whole bunch of teenagers in my mentions for weeks calling me woke, calling me a coon. I'm just like, what?
Oh, Jesus.
It's wrestling, dog. Just either you like it or you don't, man. You don't need to go all, Louis Farrakhan or whoever the woke shit is on the left now about that. Like,
well, remember they had that like,
listen.
Remember how The Rock started? Like he was in that. What was the name of that group he was in? The
Nation of Domination, baby.
Yeah, the Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
They were like a Nation of Islam, like a send up.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. And then DX did a spoof for that, but it should have been blackface. You can't do that shit now.
You can't do that anymore.
You can't do it immediately.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Personally, I was laughing my ass off. Off. Like, yo, that's just hilarious. Like, wow, they actually did it. They actually did it.
Yep. So now, speaking of canceled, we're gonna take all of our cancelable material over to the after hours. If you want to check that out, you can go to patreon.com/punkrockliberatorians. For as little as $3 a month, you get access to our after hours program and all the backlogs of that shit. We also got t-shirts over at libertariancountry.com. Use PRL, code PRL to save, I think it's like 5%. And until next, thank you, Quincy, for coming on.
Yeah, you want to plug away, Quincy? Yeah.
You know what? You can find me on X. I'm only on there at not a BBW lover. Technically I am on Instagram, but I just get on there to look at barbecue recipes and pear-shaped women. So I don't even know what my handle is on there, but you want to see me on X at not a BBW lover. That's where I'm at.
Nice.
Be forewarned, my timeline is a Greco-Roman cluster fuck. All right, but we have a good time.
Sounds good. And yeah, thanks for coming on, Kyle, as well.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. Until next time, live free
Or die.